Hello there everybody, Sabata92 aka Nightmare, and welcome back to Rose Guns Days last season, where obviously, I'm healthier! So, unfortunately, last week was relatively short, but ironically, it kind of felt like it was a good place to kind of stop it. Mostly because we bore witness to Meishu's funeral, for the most part. We learned that Meiju had essentially set everything up to where she would be buried back in the homeland, and he wanted Alan to go with her. However, Alan, on the other, Meiju had literally set everything up because he had fully embraced that Alan was truly a member of his family through Meishu. It really goes to show, how much of a good man, don't get me wrong, illegal shit aside and mafia relations and all of that stuff aside, Meiju is a good man. In that regard, he is not only a good man, but a very good brother. To not only Meishu, but now even Alan. Everything about that just felt so... Even if it was a relatively short video last week, it still felt incredibly emotionally impactful. However, before he would go on that plane, there was one thing that Alan needed to settle, and that was with Keith. And one comment did kind of point this out here. I actually did like what they did there. Having a perspective shift where it was constantly switching between who was good and who was bad. The blue and the red shifting back and forth so effectively. Everything about it was just truly... It was very much emotionally impactful, and it was really well done. And, Rukasu Mizukiyo. I've actually seen your comments, quite a few. I wanted to kind of cover your actual comment here. The song that plays during Alan and Keith's duel is called Days Never to Return. That's an incredibly fitting title for such a very fantastic moment between Alan and Keith. This duel always gets me, not only because of the amazing song, but also because of the brilliant use of blue and red shifting between both Alan and Keith. Amen! That was so well done. God damn. Oh god, everything about that was just so utterly painful. Everything about that was just so damn hard to sit through. But at the end of that battle, Alan turned out to be the victor. And since there was no apologies to be had, walked silently away without a word, with Keith calling after him. So that really brings me up to the question, did Keith survive that, or did he die on that? I'm not sure I really want to know the answer to either of those questions. But I think it's time for us to move forward as we get into the true thick last season. Oh, never mind, we're back here. Sorry to keep you waiting. Hey Taratsugu, how's it going? I bought some drinks. Taratsugu jumped in, carrying a plastic bag with several plastic bottles inside. Madame Jun's limo had a refrigerator, but it didn't have a heater. As a considerate act on the madam's part, the car had stopped at a service area in case they wanted hot drinks. The car returned to the highway with a smooth acceleration typical of luxury cars. Udera!
The green tea has no sugar in it, correct?
Don't worry, it's sugar-free. For some reason, old pure Japanese people never drink green tea with sugar. They don't? I mean, to be fair, green tea by itself actually tastes pretty damn good. Even though they're fine having sugar in black tea or coffee, sugar and green tea alone they can't stand. That's probably because green tea has a certain type of flavor that just doesn't seemingly mix all that well with sugar. It really depends. Whenever I'm thinking about picking out green tea, it's kind of a hard decision for me whether I want to drink it with or without sugar, just because it's two very different tastes. Which technically can be said about most drinks, but I'm pretty sure you guys get what I mean. Green tea has not only a specific taste, but also a particular aroma. that can either go well with a sweetness to it, or it can kind of clash with it. In pre-war Japan, they didn't have a culture of putting sugar in green tea, so it's supposedly a remnant of that. Well, for me, it's mostly the smell and the taste. Julie, choose whichever drink you like. Thank you. What do we have? Julie-san's a modern youth, after all. I figured she'd have varied tastes. A red bean soup drink. An eel liver flavored Japanese clear soup drink. A thick, salty milkshake, wanyan flavored. This selection, so original it'd give everyone a headache, made Julie dizzy. Ah, nice pick. The chicken bone ramen. Black pepper flavor, huh? She held back the urge to punch that triumphant face, which was acting as though it knew exactly what Julie-san's tastes were. Today, she went with the madam, Advisor Yudera, and Tadatsugu, and 2 cars of guards to go on a picnic. Or not. The madam had business in a far-off place, so she'd expressed her desire for Julie to come with them and interview her in the car. 2013 was nearly over. Bitch, it's 2021! I see. That explains the soup drinks. It's a little Tadatsugu's way of celebrating the season. The year is nearly over, and Madame Jun's long, long tail will probably end too, and my god, it's gonna hurt. I already know. With the deaths of Stella and Yuji, Primavera changed its path drastically. We're finally reaching 1950. If the historical facts I know are true, 1950 is the year that Amakawa Jun, aka Madame Jun, became Madame. The tale of Madame Rose is approaching its end. I'm sure Udella still thinks about that time often.
I was still immature. There are no ifs in history, but things might have changed if I had been capable of a bit more. There are times that I have had such thoughts.
Come to think of it, Advisor Udera's relationship with Madame Jun is strange. Wayne adored Rose and was the leader of her elite guard. And Jun was supposedly the invader who defeated Rose, and in practical terms, took over the organization. Well, there's gotta be more to that. However, this already wasn't the simple tale I might have expected, with Madame Jun defeating Madame Rose. No, there was definitely something else behind it. Going by the tale so far, I was already starting to form a certain hypothesis that the fight between Madame Jun and Madame Rose was more or less a fabrication that was developed. Without that, you couldn't explain the far-off gazes and speech patterns of the Madame and her advisor. In 1950, City 23 changed completely. You mean Richard's exclusive nationalism changed Primavera in the entire city? Precisely. He believed that to complete his own revenge and protect the autonomy of his countrymen, military force was more important than anything. Military force is composed of 2 things: weapons and people. Of course, to buy a lot of weapons, you needed a lot of money. However, you needed even more money to continuously gather enough reckless people who could fight with those weapons. If they really wanted to face off against the GDS with its Ba-Shing Bong backing, they would need to double the size of their forces. All of Tokyo's cities possessed a sizable number of villains. There was a sizable number in City 23 as well. Primavera is what brought them together. It was hardly reasonable to try and double that number. One after another, Richard started welcoming small forces and ruffians who had lost struggles for dominance in other cities and the countryside. It goes without saying that villains love money, but they're even happier when their vanity is played to. They must have been considerably excited to be welcomed by the largest family in eastern Tokyo. Ruffians poured into City 23, one after another. Which meant those ruffians needed to earn money on their food. Needed to earn food money on their own. And they need to earn money on their food. Don't you understand? That's how you earn money. That's how you earn food. You earn the food, then you get the money. And of course, Primavera would need to earn even more money to support its doubled operational costs. Richard encouraged his crews to proactively solve the problem of their food money on their own. So that would mean it was a return to the Caleb era. God damn it!
I wonder how Caleb's gonna react to that. Wait a minute. I literally agreed to your thing after you defeated me. I kind of realized maybe my way was not the right idea. What the fuck are you doing, Richard?
The city reverted to the dark era that Madame Rose had risen up against. The ruffians formed factions, striding about and finding fault with people to extort money from them. In the shopping districts, you were forced to pay turf fees or bodyguard fees, and if you refused, you would be bullied horribly.
Bust it open! Bust it open! The shop's closed today!
Stop it! I even paid off Primavera! Hey, we're Primavera too, so we want to get paid too.
Having a few more bodyguards is always worth the cost, right? They don't do you any good when something like this has already happened, right? What's going on? We've returned to the Caleb era.
No, it's probably even harsher than the Caleb era. Because unlike Caleb, Primavera controlled distribution too. Richard had gone around to all of City 23's unions, forcing them to offer war funds to help protect their countrymen. Of course, they couldn't disobey. After all, Primavera controlled distribution. As soon as you see a character do a wardrobe change, it's usually either a bad thing, and it's rarely a good thing. Wayne had a good distribution. Had a good one.
Gentlemen, our ideas of common sense, morals, and goodwill are not shared by foreigners. That's been made obvious by the recent string of tragic incidents. No. Consider the oppression of Chinatown as it continues its endless encroachment, unwilling to give up anything. All of you merchants here must be aware of it. They know they cannot invade us economically, so they're finally resorting to military force. Gentlemen, now is the time for our Japanese countrymen to unite and fight.
I'm not entirely sure that's actually a good idea. I don't know, boss. I was just thinking it's kind of...
What if I left my helmet on at home?
Of course, we're not so unreasonable that we tell you to pick up guns and rise up. We are the ones with the determination to be shields for our countrymen, and we will stand at the front. All we need is your support on the home front, and we won't lose it to anyone. And what do you mean by support on the home front?
We want you to show your determination, to participate in this fight with us. Many have already become shields for their countrymen, shedding blood, falling and sacrificing their lives, even though I threw out one boy I thought I considered a son. Anyone who fails to feel respect for such actions is no countryman of ours. Those without the will to fight are not our countrymen. Gentlemen, know that inactive pacifism is an act that supports our enemies. You're either with us or you're with them.
Essentially.
We of Primavera do not accept as countrymen those who do not share the will to fight with us.
So, he's basically telling us if we don't fight for him, he's gonna kill us.
Yeah, that kind of sounds like that.
Yeah, I think I kind of left my oven on home. This is Madame Rose's decision, gentlemen.
Hey! These are not her ideals, you... Richard! You're tarnishing her image! What the fuck, man?
Those who have the courage to fight together for Madame Rose's ideals must get out.
That's completely unreasonable.
Are you gonna become friends with Primavera?
Ah, damn it, that's right. Alfred he's perfected his friendship with Richard, so of course he would go along with this. No, Alfred, my boy, just when I was getting to really, really like you, don't fall for this.
Who knows what sort of bad luck? Might be for the bad boys who don't fight with us. You're threatening them too much, just kinda telling you right now. Listen, I rarely get any screen time. Allow me some of this fun, god damn it. Oh, sorry, Cyrus. I care not. Sometimes cowards need to be stimulated. Now that's my friend.
Oh my god, Richard's kind of gone fucking insane, don't you think?
I heard that. How ironic.
They had trusted Primavera because it would protect the major distribution arteries from Chinatown. But now Primavera was a giant vampire with its fangs latched onto C-23's neck. The people were resentful and discouraged, as though Primavera had finally exposed its true nature. Of course, they didn't just feel this way towards Primavera, but towards Madame Rose as well. Thank you, Richard! Good job!
That's why I said from the beginning! They were never anything more than villains!
Anyway, I won't accept it until I hear it directly from Madame Rose's mouth.
Like this guy, he's got the right idea.
That's right. It doesn't make sense that Madame Rose would say something like that.
However, Richard said that Madame Rose gave the order.
Well, I'm sure Rose had some sort of plan. And now Richard-san's just wording it a bit coldly, and we're getting a distorted picture of it.
Cause how could it get distorted to make it end up like that? The way they're threatening us for money to help a countryman? It's exactly like Caleb.
It means Madame Rose has finally shown her true colors. How else can you explain it? She's always been a disagreeable sort of woman. Just a person who says pretty things while dressed in pretty clothes.
The moment she starts pestering us for cash, she doesn't even show her face anymore. She must have gotten out of the hospital healed ages ago.
If she wants money, why doesn't she just ask for it in person? She's nothing but cheap talk. She's been exposed now. This is what Madame Rose really is.
Richard.
Rose,
Claudia's probably the only one.
I don't understand what you're thinking.
No, don't fall for it. You know what Rose is like. Damn it. Richard, who thought the organization might crack if Rose's authority was lost, had announced that she was in good health. Then he claimed that she was avoiding public appearances to guard against assassinations, even though she was still Primavera's top leader. So the people believed Primavera's sudden transformation was a result of Madame Rose's orders. At the very beginning, some people had taken her side, trying to somehow rationalize Primavera's transformation. However, when the appearance of ruffians worsened the atmosphere in the city, the people gradually began to hate Madame Rose. God damn it.
I don't want to believe it. The thing's jihadi had us fooled.
Fool. It was obvious ever since that soy sauce business, wasn't it? Madame Rose has planned to fool us from the very start. She's one hell of a swindler, lady. Rumor has it she's been locked up in some luxury hotel lately, potting like crazy.
Oh, sounds nice. Only a villain would party around times like this.
All that merciful goddess business was an act in preparation for this. So she showed her true colors in the soy sauce war after all, scheming to sell a ton of soy sauce at high prices. I saw Madame Rose at X. She was partying with a huge bunch of thugs in her way. The people embellished the rumors however they pleased, ended up denying all of her prior accomplishments.
Doesn't this mean Richard-san's taking control of Primavera?
You can bet he wants to avenge Stella-san.
That's up to him, but it's pretty unfair to pretend Madame Rose gave the order. Meryl? Does Rose know about this?
I doubt it. If she did, there's no way she'd let this happen.
We should let Madame Rose know. She could stop the Consigliere from running wild.
The place Rose is being hidden was kept secret, even from me. However, I'm sure Rose will return someday. Tell the girls not to stir up unrest until that day comes. No matter what.
Damn it, Meryl. God, I feel bad for her. Where was Madame Rose? I told you she was secretly moved to Shizuoka to guard against assassination, right? Yes, she was still in Shizuoka. She had endured the surgery and regained consciousness, and now she was recovering on schedule. Her first wish was to return to C-23 right away, but Richard told her to remain where she was for the time being.
I'm currently ruining your reputation.
But, Richard-kun...
Rose, I understand how you feel, but it would be dangerous for you to return to Tokyo now. Even though we know the GDS were the masterminds, we still know the identity of the enemy group that carried out the attack. By the Major's judgment, they were likely a former Special Forces unit from the Chinese military. The enemy knows you are our heart, and they have several hitmen out looking for you. Please understand, we cannot afford to risk losing you again.
I know that. But, Richard-kun, I can't believe that Meiju-san was the mastermind behind that attack! Let me talk to Meiju-san. If I can do that, I'm sure we'll be able to resolve this misunderstanding.
I understand how you feel. I didn't want to believe it either. But we found evidence. Undeniable evidence, as confirmed by the American military's information department.
Damn it, Rose. At the word evidence, even Rose was forced to stop talking. She hadn't seen it with her own eyes, and she just couldn't believe it. However, it had not only received a close examination by Richard, a man with skill in documents and contracts, but it had also been investigated by the American military's information department thanks to Gabriel. If it had been Richard's decision alone, one might suspect him of making a mistake, losing his composure after the deaths of his near relatives. However, now that it had the U.S. Information Department's stamp of approval, there was nothing Rose could say.
Even though we've been attacked 2 times already, they are still playing dumb. To those of us who have seen the evidence, it's a joke. Not that anyone is laughing. I imagine you want to speak with Lee Meiju directly by phone right away now. But I would ask you to refrain. That was their condition for hiding you.
But not even being able to phone him.
In exchange, they have kept you safe until this day, correct?
By the time Rose's condition improved, Richard had already firmly resolved himself to take Primavera as his own. Rose's naive ideals couldn't fully protect their countrymen. However, he couldn't maintain Primavera without relying on her charisma. So Richard had used a Shizuoka organization, headed by an old friend of his, to keep Rose in a state of house arrest. Richard had forbidden all contact between Rose and the outside world. Their enemy was Chinatown. Chinatown had connections with the Chinese military's occupying forces. It was probable that they'd be able to tap Rose's phone, trace it, and find out where she was being hidden. If Rose's location got found out, the Shizuoka organization would get dragged into the Tokyo feud. Blocking Rose's access to a phone would prevent such a thing from occurring and causing trouble for the Shizuoka organization. According to Richard, this was one of the organization's conditions for agreeing to hide Rose. And that Shizuoka exec, an old friend of Richard's, it was very desirable that Richard be in charge of Primavera. So they had happily assisted in putting Madame Rose under house arrest. Rose had been confined inside a hotel room with the phone line unplugged. Of course, they at least kept up the appearance of hiding her as a guest by treating her with courtesy. Rose-san, let's leave Tokyo to Richard-san. Those people must be hiding in wait, waiting for you to get impatient and show yourself.
Those people. Hey, Wayne-kun? Don't tell me you also believe Meiju-san and the others did that. That's impossible. After all, until right before that incident, we spoke together about the distribution association. It's inconceivable that he'd cause such an incident like that after talking with us in such a friendly manner.
If they were Japanese and operated by the laws of our common sense, I'd agree with you. But they aren't Japanese. I'm being slightly racist. They talk to you like friends, but the whole time they're looking for a chance to strike.
Wayne-kun.
They massacred all of my wild dogs on guard duty. damn it, now his heart is being manipulated by lies. Even those who threw down their guns and begged for their lives were all shot dead, hit right between the eyes. It was all witnessed by a passerby. I won't forgive them! Wayne's expression twisted with hate, his fists shaking.
So shallow-minded.
It means you are still young.
I was foolish, refusing to use my own head to make judgments.
That attack 1 year previous, the one against the procession of Richard's body double. In order to prevent anyone from realizing it was an inside job, they massacred all the young men guarding the procession.
Afterwards, I learned it was the result of the ambition of those young men. The desire to accomplish something great while I was away. It was all because I, their boss, created an environment that praised those who took on dangerous risks.
I would not. The fact that he blames himself is equally powerful.
Though they were young, they were all wolves with a keen sense of smell.
You mean if they hadn't been so anxious to make names for themselves, they'd have realized how odd it was for them to suddenly be chosen to guard the Consigliere's procession?
Correct. Well, that sort of thing's pretty complicated. Older people always brag about their old stories of valor, mocking the young people who've never faced death before. So of course we young guys got a bet on a long shot.
Quiet, you!
Taratsugu is correct. The old have a habit of showing off their old war stories. For that reason, the young always try to take dangerous risks to make names for themselves. When that results in a situation that can never be undone, it's the old who are to blame. But Mad Dog Wayne was young too. And at the time, he was outside Tokyo guarding Madame Rose when she still hadn't regained consciousness. To me, it seems a bit cruel to claim that those deaths were Advisor Udera's responsibility. However, Udera slowly shook his head.
No. As a boss, their lives were in my care. I cannot escape blame for failing to teach them to value their own lives.
Julie, when a person has lives in their care, age doesn't matter. If you're being called a boss, then even if you're a minor, you must take full responsibility for the lives of your subordinates. Yes.
Primavera was the largest Japanese mafia in Japan. Since the madam stood at the top of that organization with all its members, just how much responsibility did she bear? Julie was embarrassed by the realization that she'd failed to understand how incredible this woman was, even after interviewing her for so long.
Even when he was young, Wayne understood that responsibility.
I blamed myself, feeling humiliated by my lack of responsibility. As a result, I wanted an enemy as a way to escape that pain.
After losing so many comrades, Wayne mourned. I did not do that, and eventually crushed his emotions with anger. It was so much easier to blame his enemies than it was to blame himself. And so Wayne easily accepted that what Richard and the others said. He believed that the GDS was the culprit and that there was evidence proving it. The GDS had used a mysterious group of killers to launch attacks twice, even going after Madame Rose herself. If Primavera wanted to compete with the GDS, they were already past the point of talking. Making Madame Rose's ideals a reality remained, and would always remain, Primavera's greatest goal. However, if Rose still couldn't accept the reality that the GDS were their enemies, she wouldn't be able to resolve the situation. Rose was soft-hearted. Surely her character wouldn't allow her to suspect someone once she started trusting her. Ensnared by this idea, even Wayne was unconsciously assisting in maintaining Madame Rose's house arrest. You can't do that, Rose-san.
Wayne-kun,
Wayne shook his head and quietly refused to take Rose's handwritten letter, which she had asked him to deliver to Meiju. If I took your personal letter and made contact with Chinatown, I'd end up getting followed somewhere down the line. Richardson gave me strict orders. We mustn't let this place be discovered. Rose-san, you must know how terrifying Chinatown's information-gathering skills are.
Please, Wayne-kun. Can't you just send it through the post office in the city?
Rose-san.
Wayne-kun!
Chinatown itself decided to abandon the path of walking hand in hand with you. We're past the point of talking this out. We're already well past that point last year, but look at the result. Talking it out with foreign races was meaningless.
That's not true.
Please leave the GDS to us, to Richard-san. After all, this matter is one that we can handle better than you, Rose-san.
Wink?
No. Sorry. That was the first time Wayne had spoken to Rose with such hatred. Even Wayne was surprised by his emotions. The dude needs to try to clear his head.
In my shallow-minded way, I thought Madame Rose ought to leave the front lines for a while. That was the first time I ever voiced doubts about Madame Rose. And she knew it. When I saw her expression, my chest hurt.
I can't imagine Wayne saying something like that to the madam he once respected so much.
I was a fool. To forget the sadness and responsibility I felt for my lost comrades, I made an enemy out of the GDS and filled my heart with hatred.
As a result, even though you should have been the leader of Madame Rose's guard, you betrayed her trust.
It was a foolish failure, one that I cannot lament enough.
Wayne, you must understand as well. Once, we likened Primavera to a ship.
If Primavera was a ship, then we would be low-level sailors with Rose-san as our captain.
Correct. Right now, our ship is in the middle of a storm and there is chaos on the deck. If we don't hurry and fold our massive sails, the mast will break. We are in a rush.
We'll muster the utmost of our ability to protect the ship.
Indeed. We must sweat with heavy labor while enduring the wind, rain, and rough waves. But what if during such a dangerous task a slender captain came up and asked to help?
We would tell the captain to leave it to us, asking her to take refuge out of reach of the wind and rain.
Correct. Rose is a talented leader, but she is not a talented general. Until the fight is over, and we can return to the task of building a road to our countrymen's future, we should release her from the hard work she's been doing and let her body rest.
Let her body rest. Even now, Wayne remembered the shock of the time Rose fainted. Come to think of it, this trouble with the GDS was a perfect chance for Rose to take a vacation.
I foolishly thought so as well. And so I impudently advised her to forget Tokyo and focus on recovery.
Holy crap. That'd be like me talking back to Madame Jeune right now.
Quiet, you.
Betty's kind of right. The relationship between those two was a lot closer. So Madame Rose must have received a considerable shock.
She had only been told fragments of what was happening in Tokyo, and they didn't allow her to get involved. Even Wayne, whom she had trusted, told her to focus on recovery and leave everything to Richard. She had no idea how much the people of C-23 misunderstood and despised her. She could neither learn anything, nor do anything. With Wayne and the others guarding her, she could do nothing but sit listlessly by the window and read books.
Even though I know this is no time to be doing something like this. I'm sorry, Leo-kun. Even though I promised that I'd revive your homeland by the time you returned. She picked up a clipping of an English newspaper hanging next to the mirror. It was from a newspaper in the summer of this year, August 15th, my birthday, 1950. It was an announcement that a certain southern country had established itself as an independent republic. This southern country had engaged in a fierce war of independence against its former colonial rulers after the Japanese military withdrew. After hard fighting that lasted several years, it gained international support and finally won its independence in 1949. In the year following that, the chaotic country pulled itself together. And finally, in August 15th of 1950, it was truly freed from the long colonial rule that had lasted for centuries. This article proved that a single man who had disappeared over the southern horizon had now settled all of his lingering regrets. What? Chapter 1, Coming Home. So now we are finally in the last season. Holy fuck. Surrounded by a wind that was rather cold, a single man walked huddled over. He was terribly hungry, but the alley he'd wandered down seemed to be a bad one, and he couldn't find any trace of a restaurant. Leo! Oh my god, Leo! Oh my god, I missed you! I don't care if I overloaded my mic. My god, I missed you, man! Oh god, I missed you so much, man. A lot of shit's happened. A lot of shit's gone down, dude.
Okay. No more complaining from me. I'll take pasta, even udon. Gotta be someplace around here that'll give me some grub. Leo Shishigami! The legendary man who had fought with Rose on the night of roses and guns, leading them to victory. Without him, Primavera probably wouldn't even exist. Leo had finally resolved his war, and had returned to City 23 at long last. Oh, ye angels on high, if you can hear me, please show me the way.
Hello! Okay, we've got young Jun, so now I have to figure out what I want to do with her. I don't have many female voices to go with right now. I mean, the one that rarely gets any use is the Morgana voice, but I'm not entirely sure that fits with her. Oh god, what to do with you? Ow.
Rains angels a lot in this city. Should have brought an umbrella.
Apparently she jumped down from the second floor of that store. She had landed on her butt.
On my back, as I lay crushed beneath her on the asphalt. What, did some beautiful woman get into trouble and jump on me again? Okay, here comes the part where she says, I'm so sorry, are you okay?
You dumbass! The hell are you doing strolling about in a place like this?
Perfect. I love when things don't go as planned.
You're a man, aren't you? Ah, don't worry. I'm as light as a feather. You should be fine.
Wonderful. She even stole my line.
Look, there she is!
Can I fight as Leo again? Please, give me this. These guys sure don't let up, even against a frail woman.
Yeah, don't worry. The good guys always win.
Hey, you! You see a woman caught up in a fight and the first thing you do is scamper away?
All right. Miss, any idea where I can get some pasta around here?
Pasta? If you're looking for udon, try the Kuroimo. Ah, right, I got a Kaka udon discount coupon. How's that?
Okay, you got a deal.
Is that man with her too?
Who cares? Get him!
Who the fucker? Your name is Tequila! god! Oh my god, his name is fucking Tequila! Okay, sure, why the fuck not? Let's do it!
Sure, why not? Let's give him a good beat, like totally.
What? You can't beat up a single woman unless you gang up on her?
Come on, everyone, get him, like totally.
You gave me some trouble because it was so cramped back there. But I'm not gonna lose here.
Looks like Angel's got pretty scary these past 3 years.
Yes!
Oh, she can judo chop! Please.
Yes! Give me the Leo power! God damn, I missed you, man.
Oh my god, I'm so giddy with happiness right now. Oh, this makes me so happy. Holy shit.
Hey, not bad. You're used to fighting, aren't you? You naughty boy.
Well, this is my alma mater after all.
Oh, damn it. Hey, not bad, like totally.
I'm gonna tell everyone. I'll let them know these third-rate Primavera guys got beaten up by a woman.
Oh, talking tough now, huh? Now I want to serve that burning adios a drink. The concrete cocktail at Bar Tokyo Bay, like totally.
Why don't you stop relying on your henchmen and come at me yourself?
Oh, but I'm a pacifist. Rolling would mess up my hair, like totally.
They could hear the sound of footsteps rushing towards them. I see. Looks like they need quite a few people to beat up one woman. Well, this woman's incredibly used to fighting. They'll probably need that many.
Come on, let's run, Nissan. No time to sit and chat.
Wait a minute, I'm your bro now.
Damn, like we'd let you get away. Come on, tonight's cocktails on the house, like totally.
He picked up a bucket of trash on the side of the road and threw it at the woman. She caught it boldly and casually threw it behind her. And well, that's where my head was.
What the heck are you doing, Nissan?
Are these spices? Some shichimi would be nice too. My head had been decorated by apples and potato skins, looking almost like a Christmas tree. Hang on, it's still October. Bit early.
Come on, over here. If you can't run away quick enough, I'm leaving you behind.
Hold on! I need you for udon! We were quick to scamper away. We dashed off cheerily. Dang, my head smells like rotten garbage. Well, Primavera is a place for gentlemen. They'd throw me out if I tried to handle like this.
You're a tough customer. I like that.
And you're a tough angel.
I'm Jun. And you?
Me? Ah, right. Okay, and this time, might as well introduce myself as, John.
John, huh? I used to have a dog called that. Come on, John. Here, boy.
Hey,
Woohoo! Oh, wow. I honestly can't.
I can't speak any of that.
Oh, sorry there, miss. Don't worry, that wasn't enough to fracture your shoulder.
We got a bit too excited and bumped into a girl with a traveling bag. The girl signaled for us not to worry, so we kept on running.
Damn it! Where the hell did that Jun go? She runs away so fast. Hey, yo, woman! A man and woman run by here. Which way'd they go?
The girl with the traveling bag pointed in the direction opposite to the path taken by those two. It was a large street. Even at this time, it was packed with traffic. If they ran to that, there would be no catching them. The men shrugged.
We'll let it go with that for tonight, like totally. Too bad I didn't get to show off my badass knife work. Like, totally. Ah, we miss seeing the boss's knife work again.
Boss, please show us your legendary lightning-fast knife work again sometime soon.
My knife doesn't come out unless I make the ultimate prey. Like, totally. Thanks for the tip, miss. Like, totally.
I wonder who this woman is. The man the punks call boss frivolously turned to face the girl. By then, the girl was already gone. Zell! Oh god, Zell. Oh god.
This city has changed a lot.
Zell Saijo. The girl who had raced through 1948. Buoyed with by misfortune, but surviving resiliently. She was also in City 23. Right now, she had a passport from a certain country in South America arranged for by Madame Rose. Life with her father in that new world had grown peaceful, and now she was back in City 23 again. I wonder how everyone's doing. Oh god. No. No. Damn it, you hit me with the happiness for Leo coming back, and then as soon as Zell comes back, the weight of her coming back just hits me harder than I thought it would. I wish there was one street past this way. Look, there it is. That good old music shop. Is Charles still eating Nikumon all the time? Is Nina starting to act like cleaning a little bit more? And is Oliver doing okay? The music shop had a poster saying, "Store for rent." It seemed all signs of life had disappeared from it a while ago. 2 years have passed since then. Maybe they all grew up, started going their separate ways, and didn't need to room share anymore. However, she didn't feel uneasy. At least when it came to those three, nothing bad would have happened in just 2 years. They were surely still joking around together now. No, don't do that to me.
Now, where was that restaurant where the wild dogs used to hang out?
Whew! Now if I had seen a beautiful lady washing my back, you'd have full marks.
You're pretty funny, John. No such luck for the beautiful lady part, but I'll wash your back if you want.
Nice, I'll give you a gold star.
Hang on a sec. Just gonna grab a deck brush and some detergent.
Hold on, my back isn't the floor.
Leo had borrowed the shower in Jin's home. His rot-scented eau de cologne was finally gone. And when he came out, drying his hair with a dried-out towel, the scent of soy sauce hit his nostrils.
Ah, the smell of soy sauce is the best.
It's just the smell. It's gonna taste like the lowest quality substitute soy sauce. They apparently put all these weird chemicals in it, so you'll go blind if you eat too much. Well, I'm not the one eating it, so I guess that's fine.
Sheesh. Maybe I should have eaten that rotten trash instead.
Just kidding, just kidding. This is real soy sauce. It's leftover Satomi soy sauce that I bought during the soy sauce fever. It's been sitting around for like 2 years, but it smells like it's good. Yep.
Forget 2 years. You could leave it sitting for 10 years.
I think I like you.
Jin was a tough woman. Even this late at night, she had dragged in a man she didn't even know and lent him her shower. Apparently, she wasn't some naive lady who'd show an innocent reaction when she saw a man's chest.
Is this your family?
My husband and my sons. Cute, aren't they?
Jin spoke without turning around, still facing the pot. The frame had a picture of a 4-person family, and was apparently taken right before her husband left for war. Their sons are probably younger than elementary school age, but they seemed mischievous. However, this small apartment was only large enough for a single what happened to her family. There didn't seem to be enough chairs or mugs for 4 people either.
Lost in the Great Disaster?
The kids were. My husband was in the Navy. He was on a cruiser called the Mikuma. Have you heard of it? The Mikuma itself?
I was in the Army. Don't know much about boats. But none of those sailors were bad people.
Of course not. They're out there on the blue sea with its coral. The sun is shining. I wish I could be there.
Even Leo, who had been in the South, knew what had happened at Midway. They'd been able to receive many enemy radio transmissions, so they probably knew more about the military situation than those back home.
Okay, here is your Sudan.
Great! The aroma of the homeland.
He'd wanted to pay a visit to the Koroimo, or Club Primavera, but with a reunion with rotting trash dripping from his head would be a bit much, even for him. However, he was glad to hear her mention the Koroimo. In the incident 3 years ago, Miguel had set fire to it, but it apparently hadn't burned down.
Oh, come on, I certainly made up for it.
It took a while, but yeah. Or did the potatoes in that closet get burnt, forcing her to open a roasted potato restaurant? There's an idea. She can make french fries.
Oh? So, you're back after being gone 3 years?
Just a quick trip across the ocean. Finished up my work for the year.
So, how's Japan after 3 years?
Well, it's as exciting as ever.
Well, I get the feeling a lot's happened those 3 years. Not so much has changed. We still got mafias and punks strutting about. Though for a while, Madame Rose put a bit of effort into it. It looked like it might get better. I don't have a clue what Madame Rose is thinking these days. Heard something about the little sister of a big Primavera exec dying last year. Ever since then, their character suddenly changed.
The sister? The big exec?
Right now, Primavera is no different than the Caleb family. They're going around tormenting their countrymen and taking their money. And they're calling it support money to aid their countrymen. Seriously? What the heck happened to Madame Rose? She even used to come to the shopping district and interact with us so candidly. These days, rumors says she's living in a luxury hotel, partying all the time, making her common man first posturing seem like a joke. I mean, really? I'd like to slap her and beat some character into her.
Okay, just so you know, I kind of slept with that woman. I kind of know how she really is. This doesn't sound right to me.
Come on, Leo. You're a smart cookie.
Nina? Oh my god! Here, over here! Zoe! Oh, Charles, I'm so glad to see her doing well.
The two of them hugged, celebrating this 2-year reunion. All the wandering dogs were together again, with one exception.
How's Oliver? He's doing fine. Huh? He's on a special mission, so he went pretty far away. I see. So he's earned enough trust that they rely on him for special missions like that, huh? So even Oliver's grown. I'll have to compliment him a whole bunch. Are you sure about this? Tomorrow, we'll gently take her to the graveyard. She's tired from her long trip and celebrating this long-awaited reunion. We can't tell her now. The two of them decided not to tell Zoe that night.
No, I mean, she literally just got here. It would be too heartbreaking to just slam that on her after. Oh, God. They tried as hard as they could to be cheery, to reward Zell for the weariness of her long trip. The three of them clinked glasses of alcohol together, celebrating this 2-year reunion.
Zell, looks like you got a little sunburned. Idiot, you don't have to say that out loud. I was working at a coffee farm. It was tough at first, but everyone was cheery and fun. Oh, and I've also been singing every now and then.
Of course! You've got a great voice!
I was sometimes invited by people at shops to sing Japanese children's songs and such. There were a lot of people of Japanese descent in that village, so the older folks loved it.
I see. Glad to hear you're enjoying your new life. The distant foreign land Zell was living in had different seasons. Weather, water, air, everything. However, a new peaceful life with her father was a precious thing, which she'd wanted more than anything. Zell's bright smile told them without words that she was happy with her life in that new world. Here? It's just like it used to be. Ever since that incident, the atmosphere's gotten even worse than it was when you were here last.
To think that Stella-san... I only spoke with her once at the club, but she was a beautiful, wonderful person. Poor thing.
Madame Rose was shot too. It's been getting worse and worse ever since then. Normally, it probably wouldn't be appropriate to discuss Stage 23's current situation when they were supposed to be celebrating their 2-year reunion. However, Zell had asked about it persistently, so Nina and Charles told her all they knew. Both of them had been ordered by Wayne to find any information they could about the mastermind of those incidents. However, even with the combined forces of the Wild Dogs, the enemy's identity was still unknown. The attackers had been well trained with military experience and a significant level of support. Even with this knowledge, they couldn't discover anything more. The rumor that the GDS was the mastermind was already more than an accepted theory among irresponsible people, and was starting to become truth. Eventually, the rumors began to claim that former Special Forces troops in the Chinese military employed by the GDS had been used in the attack. However, going by the Wild Dogs' investigation, that seemed doubtful. True, the attackers had barely spoken at all. However, even when people don't say a word, national characteristics still show up in their actions and behavior. All of the Chinese people who saw the attacks from start to finish claimed that the attackers didn't seem to be their countrymen. And Japanese alley rats who had also witnessed them claimed that they didn't seem like their countrymen. In other words, the attackers seemed Asian, but they were neither Chinese nor Japanese. And their weapons and suits had been of high quality. Even though it must have been the action of a massive power, that power's identity was still unknown. The common people were only interested in who the mastermind was, not the attackers. That incident was caused by the GDS. Everyone in C-23 believed that. But to be honest, the info saying the GDS did it is fishy. The rumor spread itself too efficiently.
So someone who wanted it to look like the GDS started circulating the fake info at the same time as the attack.
We've been considering that possibility. Well, the incident happened a whole year ago. I'm sure it'll get all muddled and we'll never figure it out. It's gonna be useless to investigate anymore.
So it's gotten really tough in C-23, huh? Hard to believe it's already been a year since that happened. Once they started talking, they couldn't stop. The three of them set aside the joy of their reunion and started analyzing C-23's current situation. Once they'd covered everything, Zell nodded with a serious look on her face. So, my guess was right after all. Come to think of it, why did you come back? Only you, and not your dad. This is why I came back. Zell pulled an open envelope from her pocket. It was an international mail sent to Zell's address. Zell's current alias was written in neat letters. Who sent the letter? The truth is, since the time I left Japan, I've been exchanging letters with Madame Rose. Oh! Okay! Oh! I didn't know that. Rose, who felt deep sympathy for Zell's past, had been hurt when they'd forced Zell to leave Japan as though chasing her out. Starting with a letter of apology for that, the two had maintained a correspondence. What sort of things did you two write about? Everyday life. Ordinary things girls worry about. Of course, we also wrote about Madame Rose's ideals, her passion for them, and her worries. I guess there are some things it's easier to confess to someone far away. Exchanging letters can be pretty deep. I want to send you letters too. Oh, I bet you did. No helping it. We're small fry. They didn't tell us Zell's address. And so, at a certain point, Madame Rose's letters started to seem strange.
Oh? At a certain point, they started to sound like they weren't Rose.
Yep. Around the time she was greatly injured in a certain accident.
If it was about her being greatly injured, it must mean the sniping attack on Madame Rose. On that day, she was attacked at a public hall and shot down. She might have called it an accident just to stop Zell from worrying. In actual fact, the situation was slightly different. Rose had been carried to Shizuoka, and after recovering, she had been forbidden all communication with the outside world. However, she had asked that they make one exception, and let her continue her correspondence with Zell, which had been ongoing up until the incident. Oh. It didn't happen frequently, and it was with someone in a far-off country. She had asked Wayne, who discussed the matter with Richard. As a result, she had been granted special permission as long as the letters didn't contain any information about the trouble with the GDS or her current location. However, Zell is capable of spotting something like this, I imagine. In other words, her personal letters were to be censored. Even though Wayne had grown up in the alleys, he knew that this was a violation of Rose's privacy. However, Rose said she didn't mind, so she was able to keep up with the correspondence with Zell alone. The censoring of the letters was carried out by the people in the Shizuoka organization. This happened not just for letters sent by Rose, but also for Zell's letters, which were brought by Wayne from Tokyo. However, because Rose kept her promise and avoided mentioning any uneasy subjects, she was allowed to continue her correspondence.
It was too neat. Uncomfortably so. Ever since the letter saying she'd recovered and could write again, the letters were neat, almost like a literary work.
Zell put two letters side by side.
Huh. Guess even Madame Rose is a girl. Her letters are cute. This one looks as stiff as a textbook.
Zell had brought the letters from her correspondence with Rose so far. You could tell by looking that the writing was formal at first, but it gradually opened up and became more girlish. Since she'd always needed to be Madame Rose, her letters with Zell might have been her only chance to open up her heart. That was how lively and fun these letters were. However, they changed dramatically after that incident. The handwriting was the same, but the atmosphere was so different that you might even think they were written by someone else entirely. Days of peaceful living were spelled out calm and poetically. They talked about the blessings of the weather and the flowers and black tea. It was all written with such monotony that Charles likened it to a textbook. Well, when your creativity and your freedom to write something is taken away from you, that's usually what happens. Your writing becomes stiff, very mechanical, without much of an expression or emotion to it.
What's this? It's like a letter written by a fairy.
When I asked her if anything had changed, she kept saying I didn't need to worry because every day was a blessing.
I'm pretty dumb, so I don't get it. What does it mean?
What's Madame Rose been doing ever since she was shot in that incident last year? Where is she now?
Well, that's top secret. They're afraid of a second assassination attempt on her, so they aren't telling anyone where she is these days. Apparently, Okonogi Wayne's been with her this whole time, guarding her. Rumor has it she switches between luxury hotel suites around the city, so that the enemy can't figure out where she is.
Doesn't anyone know where Madame Rose is?
Rumor says that. Other than Okonogi Wayne, only the Consigliere and the Grand Boss know. Well, of course, since if something happened to Madame Rose, Primavera would be done for.
Did Madame Rose retire after last year's incident?
No, she didn't. She's supposedly been working like crazy even though she never shows herself. Primavera's change in focus was apparently the Madame's decision.
You mean how they abandoned discussions with the GDS and have been strengthening their confrontational attitude toward them?
I can't really believe that Madame Rose would say something that scary. Well, we thought so back then, but she's a person who goes all out when she gets serious. Maybe she lost her patience when even Stella-san and Yuji-kun ended up dead. No, I don't mean that. I mean that stuff about taking money from people across the city because they needed to fight this GDS.
Oh, hello!
Well, I guess I understand that it takes money to protect people.
Come on, you guys know Rose. She would never do that.
Even though she rose up to protect the city from Caleb, now she's doing the same thing he did.
When people say that about Madame Rose, I feel hurt.
We need money to fight the GDS. So I want the people to share in that burden. Did Madame Rose ever announce such a thing personally?
Supposedly she did. It was only at a meeting of execs, though.
They say she gave a speech about it at the meeting of the top-level execs. Ever since that incident, Madame Rose's location has been an absolute secret. There's no way she'd appear in front of people.
Is there anyone who claims to have directly heard her announce or give a speech about changing to a Warhawk policy? I mean, among normal people, not a closed room like a top-level exec meeting.
I don't think so. That's why some people still don't believe it.
But that's because they're capable of thinking.
They say there's no way Madame Rose would let Primavera suck money from the countrymen. They say they won't pay up a penny until they hear it directly from the Madame's lips.
Unfortunately, they're probably floating at Tokyo Bay by now.
So my guess might have been right, after all. Thank goodness. It was worth coming back to Japan. Madame Rose saved me and my dad, and maybe now I can finally return the favor.
I don't have a clue where this is going. What are we talking about now?
Madame Rose is probably being held under house arrest.
What? Lobster Fest?
No. Charles, I love you, but no.
House arrest, you moron! That'd be like if someone locked Madame Rose up somewhere and wouldn't let her go.
What?
What?
Quiet, you're too loud!
How could you know something like that?
In the letters until now, she always spoke frankly about the hardships and things she did as madam. Then, once the incidents happened, all of that disappeared from her letters. It means she's no longer involved in Primavera's work. Then, when I mentioned that her letters changed suddenly, she responds by saying there's nothing wrong and I shouldn't worry. That's probably proof that she's under someone's observation, with even her letters getting censored. But she was still able to send letters. An enemy force would never let her do that. So this is house arrest. In other words, Madame Rose's allies are restricting her freedom.
I'm pretty dumb, so I don't get it. What does this mean?
Well, it's definitely possible. It was such a horrible incident. I thought it'd be possible for even a Buddha like Madame Rose to lose her patience. But even so, I thought the change was a bit too drastic for Madame Rose.
The truth is probably this. After the mysterious attack 1 year ago, the whole city whispered that GDS did it, but they weren't able to find any proof. That's true, right? Even you wandering dogs with your keen noses weren't able to find any clues after searching a whole year.
Yeah.
Madame Rose is a person who will fight when the time comes, but she'll never resort to violence unless there's a truth that's worth fighting for. So no matter how many rumors go around saying the GDS did it, Madame Rose would never accept that they were the masterminds unless she had proof. However, if some people were already certain the GDS was the enemy, Madame Rose's prudence wouldn't make them happy. If Primavera doesn't seek retribution, we'll end up getting beaten up one-sidedly. In the world of men, it's incredibly dishonorable to get beaten up without striking back at all. And most importantly, a fist raised in anger can't remain raised forever. Unless you can quickly swing that fist down to something, anything, then you'll be crushed by sadness.
By now, the other two understood what Zell was trying to say. The letters had undergone a change that was eerily dramatic. As Zell said, it clearly showed that Madame Rose is being kept under house arrest. In the incident a year ago with its pitiable victims, someone had wanted to take revenge right away without waiting for Madame Rose's decision. And to that person, Madame Rose was too cautious. They must have felt she was in the way. Nina and Charles looked at each other and gulped.
Wait, you don't mean...
So, then, maybe Primavera has been...
Yeah. Probably starting a year ago. Real control of Primavera has been stolen from Madame Rose. She's still being held somewhere, and she hasn't even been told what's happening to Primavera. At this rate, Primavera is going to get further and further from her ideals. No. At this rate, Primavera is going to do the things Rose would want to avoid at all costs. That's why I came back. Please, Wandering Dogs, lend me your strength. We've got to rescue Madame Rose.
Okay, where do I even begin? Besides me screaming in joy that Leo has returned, and now Leo is kind of hanging out with Jun, a younger Jun, and we're kind of getting a little bit more into her backstory. Zell has returned and reunited with Nina and Charles, unfortunately unknowing of what happened to Oliver. But it seems like Zell herself has come to a sort of realization where she, even herself, is starting to realize this is eerily wrong. Rose wouldn't do this. So, two extremely important people, I mean, don't get me wrong, three if you count Jun as well, are suddenly thrust into the story now. As Zell has finally returned. Leo, my favorite boy, has finally come back as well. What the hell are they going to do? I don't know. But god damn am I happy Leo is back. And that's where I'm ending it. So if you all like this, be sure to let me know. Thank you all very much for watching, and make sure you make yourself some pasta at the end of this. And I'll see you cats later.